had a question on one of the house building videos about why we chose metal sheet roof over ceramic tiles. So I thought the best way to answer that is to show you, because now that we've had experience of living here for 6 years, we can see that the metal sheet roof was a really good decision. We put it on our main house, so the main house behind me, so it's on the second story, and that roof is above our master bedroom, and it's quite high. It's quite, there's quite a distance between the ceiling inside and the roof. We've also got it here on what we call our family house, which is one of the accommodation areas in our homestay, and this is a single story, and the metal sheet roof doesn't have the same amount of gap. It's actually closer to the ceiling, but the rooms in here are actually really cool. They're really quite noticeably cooler than our upstairs room. So I don't think it's got so much to do with the roof as it has got to do with the exposure of the walls. So here, as you can see, this is like it's early in the morning, it's shady here. In the afternoon it stays shady because of the trees. So there's trees here that provide really good shade for the front of this building, and the rooms don't really get the sun. On the other side of the family house at this time of the day, there's also trees that are shading it from the morning sun. But upstairs in the main house, it's a little bit different because we've got shade trees growing, but they're not tall enough to shade the room at the top of the house yet. They're getting there. It's getting pretty big, those trees, and they do provide really good shade to the downstairs, but not to the upstairs. So let me take you up there and show you what I mean. So up here on the second floor in the morning, we're in the shade, and this porch here behind me gets some sunshine, and the wall catches a bit during the day, and that wall here, this wall here, gets super hot. So in the afternoon, touching the inside of this wall is just like, it's crazy at the moment. It's in the middle of April, and it's the hottest part of the year, and it really has a huge impact on it. So the amount of sun that these walls and windows get have a very strong influence on how hot the inside of the house is, more so than what's on the roof. So when we compare how hot this room here is, our master bedroom, to the bedrooms in the family house that are more insulated, that are more, well, not more insulated, but they're shaded by the trees around about, it is a very significant difference in how much cooler the family house is compared to our bedroom here. And the main difference is because of the amount of shade on the walls rather than what's on the roof. And when I lived in Chiang Mai, I lived in a number of different rental properties in Chiang Mai. The last place we had was a 3-story townhouse that had quite steep roofs. They had the tiles on them, and it was always too hot up there at this time of the year. And at other houses we had similar tiled roofs, and it really didn't make so much difference as the amount of shade on the walls of the house. So that's from my experience. Here we've got shade trees that are growing. I think this was a question from the same person about the type of trees that we grow here. As far as I know, they're called coral trees. The bees love them, and the birds love them at this time of the year. They flower in the hot season, and they're just an absolute delight. I don't know if you can see any birds through here at the moment, but they come a lot. We're getting a lot of sunbirds. The little sunbirds come and drink from the nectar in these flowers. Cardinal birds come, and others. We've had fantails and other birds here as well. As far as I know, they're called coral trees. These ones here, these two here, are about 4 years old, but this one here, this main one, we planted as we were building the house. So that's 6 years old, and I've had to cut it back quite hard this year because it was growing too close to the house. And then we've got a couple of other trees here that are quite tall. There's one up there that's even taller. I don't know the name of this, but I will check it, and if I can find them out, I will add the names of these trees in the description of the video. So hopefully this helps if you're looking at building a home and wondering what to put on the roof. then the option for steel is good. It's an insulated steel. It's got a layer of insulation underneath it, so it isn't as hot, and it certainly helps to dampen the noise of the rain, so when it rains it's not so noisy. We've got some steel that's not insulated on our carport, and that's significantly louder when it rains. So I think the biggest difference, as I said, is the amount of shade that the house gets, and the walls and the windows on the house receive, rather than the amount of sun that hits the top of the roof. Sure, that's going to have an impact, but the difference between metal sheet roofs that are insulated and ceramic tile roofs, I don't see that there's actually a lot of practical difference in the amount of heat. So I hope this has helped. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you're looking to see more about the progress of building this home, please check out this playlist here. Thanks for watching.